Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to show you a really cool no mythic team you can use for this Tower of Doom. Now, this team should be capable of going quite a long way. The only thing you may have to do later on is perhaps change the class to Elementalist, depending upon how far you go. But first things first, pop to the shop, make sure you grab at least up to tier 4. You're going to need the Doomed Spear to make the most out of this, because you do get that ×2 score for this event only. That is really important to make sure you do that. And it's a okay weapon for these kind of things. It's going to deal damage to the first 2 enemies with a +2 per tempering level boost. Then create 2 yellow gems for each yellow ally and enemy. So important to have an all yellow team if we can. If the enemy has a doom, gain a random status effect. So the more yellow allies we got, the better the gem creation, and if the enemy has some as well, that makes it even better. So what can we do with this team? Well, what I'm going to do is go into floor 1, because we've started some scouting on this floor already on this Doom, and there's a haste scroll in here, so we can take a look at what I'm going to do for this. I'm going to go for Stormcaller class, and I can't see any reason why this shouldn't be good for a while, because it has got potential to loop with this troop here. So when it's like this and we get a bunch of yellow enemies at the same time, then this is going to create plenty of yellow, which is going to create plenty of 4 matches, because we're going to be in Sun Spear class as well, which conjures a light storm when its turn begins, which is yellow, which is going to give loads of 4 matches, which with 3 finesse is going to give 12 to all skills on our entire team on every single 4 match. That is going to be really effective. We also deal double skull damage versus yellow enemies with one of these up top, as well as getting damage reduction from any skulls we face ourselves. So the fact that this hits an enemy and a random enemy, as well as do double damage on yellow, this could be really good once these get boosted really quickly. So yeah, we are restricted by only yellow, but we are getting a light storm at the start of every single turn. And the other champion talents we can go for, we can have Resilience, gain 8 life, Purification, Thunder Fist, all really good, gain a bit more magic, Gale Force, handy, a Lightning Strike, even more mana, and Strix Commander. Right, the banner for this is just a plain old plus to a yellow banner. So let's jump into the battle. These first ones are going to be very straightforward, and I'll jump forward into some more tricky ones and see how it does when the battles start to get a bit tougher. So the starting board will be random, obviously, but if we can't get yellow, we'll just take anything. It's not going to take long to get going with this. There we go, we're ready next round anyway. We can get that if we feel like it, get those nice boosts. And do the damage, take out the Valraven when it's there. The extra mana this gives, the last part of the spell, if there's a storm, gives 6 mana to all other allies, means that when you've got multiples of these, because they give 6 mana to all other allies, and they only need 11 mana to get charged, by the time you cast the second one, the first one's charged again, and then the last one's charged. So you cast the first 2, and every time you cast 2, the other ones are charged again. It's easier to show it basically in action, but if you're familiar with this, you'll know how it works. And it's going to basically flow pretty well. We have the unlock scroll in room 2. This is for my guild only. The locations of various things, like the scrolls, like the haste scrolls, the unlock scrolls, the fireballs, luck, those useful ones. Going to vary from guild to guild, so don't follow exactly what I'm doing here. Do we need to get that? Might as well. No, we didn't need to get that. Didn't even need to get that, because we get that 6 mana to all other allies, don't we? So they'd have been ready anyway. And with the Potion of Enchantment, things are going to happen quickly anyway. So let's do this boss room, and then we'll jump forward. Jump into some more tricky battles. But just as a demonstration of this, I mean, look, we've got 4 yellow troops here. This is why this team is going to work so well. But we get these 4 matches anyway. You look at my stats at the moment. We've already got some bonuses. We've all gone up to 104 damage to an enemy and a random enemy, as well as double damage versus yellow. This is nuts. But I don't want to kill somebody straight away. I want to show what happens, just the amount of mana we get by something like this. So we've got plus 16. Look at all this yellow. Bang. I'll show what we can do. We've only got 2 left, but yeah, they're dead. But our stats would have been... Our stats are over 200, look. This is going to be safe for a while. Jumped forward a little bit further to floor 12, and as you can see, we have a couple of yellow opponents. This makes our doomed spear basically even better because we get yellow gems created for each yellow enemy as well as allies. So let's go through this battle. Again, wait for the explosion to do its thing, and then we'll see if there's any nice form matches anywhere. There isn't, so we'll just go ahead and let them transform them gems away like that. Go on. You do your 800 turns. Nice to have that skull reduction for them sort of things. So we want to get the weapon charge up basically, but we still want to just clear off a couple of those skulls. Right, now we can have some fun. I'm going to target this on the top two troops. There you go, we shoot them. Grab 4 matches. All the 4 matches are basically giving us more and more power, and we get that double skull damage as well from these. If the enemy uses yellow, deal double skull damage, so troops like this will take double skull damage, but we don't need that. We'll just cast them and just rotate them around and finish off. Boss room unlocked. Let's jump in. 1 yellow opponent, so only a small boost in yellow gems, but it can make a difference. Have a little look around for any potential 4 matches. Nothing doing, so again we can take this extra damage versus yellow opponent. Not much yellow going on in our yellow storm at the moment, so we'll wait for some more to arrive. Right, let's cast this now, get rid of them. See if we get lucky with a loop. Any loopy effect is going to charge up our team as well as give us those 4 match boosts. Let's go for this again now. Enemies stop using yellow, so any failed matches, basically, it doesn't matter, they don't get to benefit from it, if you know what I mean. We'll always take a 4 match skull hit because it's a skull hit plus an extra turn plus all those benefits to our boost stats, our stats boost. Jumped right forward to floor 24. Not many people are going to go beyond 24, 25 anyway, unless you're doing something on the leaderboard or something like that. So let's jump into this room here, see what we got. Oh, a nasty room with no yellow opponents. So this is trickier than normal, but this, yeah, let's get really, really unlucky on the yellow. This is still a really cool team for this. Just slows down a bit because you have to be careful of the power, you see, because otherwise you can be on low power, only hitting a low amount of damage with these at first. Need to get some yellow going. If this starts looping for you early, then happy days. If it doesn't loop like that, then it's not a disaster. And the reason is the enemy's not using yellow, so once we cast this a few times, then we can be ready to cast our weapon again, which basically means this can be a really good chance of looping when we cast this, because there's loads of yellow there. Now this is where we pick up some loads of extra power at the same time. So obviously it's not as fast as the early stages, but it's still a lot of fun. As you can see, once a yellow is set on the board, we've got our power boosts, and we're doing like 130 odd damage per enemy. And still get that double damage on the yellow opponents. Always take a look out for the 4 matches. I'm not actually looking that much, but take your time with it more than what I am. And what is the next room? Haste scrolling the 3rd room, so we'll have a look at that. 2 yellow opponents. This makes it better to cast the weapon. Got a good chance of it looping. Grab the 4 matches at the start, get the nice power boost underway. Got anything else? No, but we'll get this nice little yellow there. This will be enough to get our weapon ready to cast as well. So we've got a Velraven coming. So we've got 3 yellow opponents. This is where you just want to almost just loop this continuously. Chances are we're going to really get going on this. Wow, that was that was extraordinarily unlucky, shall we say. Now we've given the bird a chance to fly away. That doesn't happen very often. We've got a double drop anywhere, so we can maybe get a 4 match anywhere. Nope, you have to wing it. Get rid of that thing anyway. Before it had a chance to fly off, still got a couple of yellow opponents there. Still make sure you grab the power boosts. It's going to make it easier as you go along. Now 142 damage. Another failed loop, even though there was like a billion yellow on the screen. The game has started to like to do this. Started to notice this a bit more, and so have other people. Them loopy teams, even though there's zillions of the colour required, and you're creating zillions of the gems required to loop, it's just putting them everywhere, which is, oh look, it didn't get a 4 match, what do you know? A bit more often than what it used to. Anyway, let's do the boss room. Doom of Flame. One yellow opponent at the top, Summer Knight. Grab that one, just because it's the opposite of what the AI asked me to do. There's a 4 match there, very, very nice. Really got to make sure you take advantage of all these 4 matches to get the power boosted up, and with this storm, there's a really good chance to get plenty of yellow. Right, so you can take that for the extra damage on her, but I do like to cast this when there's a lot of yellow around. Make sure we get the boost up in power. So it's not like crazy mega fast at the beginning unless you get really lucky with tons of 4 matches and stuff. We're doing alright. And this is like floor 24 now sort of thing, so we've got powerful enemies here. And if you didn't get a yellow boost, you can cast this, get rid of her. See if we get looping with all the yellow that's there now by virtue of what we've done earlier. And we'll cast away a bit. And I think we're going to have enough oomph anyway now. So yeah, cast them a couple of times. And they will be gone. Oh, another failed loop. This hits twice, so bish bash, and that is done. Might as well do floor 25 while I'm here. So we have a fireball scroll in the first room. 2 yellow enemies. This is going to be fairly straightforward. Famous last words. Amount of times the potion of explosion actually ruins what was a really nice start. Right, depending upon your player level, you may be able to not take hits like that, but if you can, then I do like to get the yellow underway nice and sharp. And we had our yellow nicked again. Right, let's do one lot of this. Let's see if we can get a bit lucky with the loop for those 2 yellow opponents, basically helping out our team. Still like to get this, even though it takes away some of the chance for the loop to work, because that boost in power is really, really important. And as you can see, we can just keep now looping the weapon, getting massive boosts in power at the same time. And that was unbelievably straightforward. Here's our fireball scroll. What's next? Unlock scroll is here. No yellow in this room, so this could be a slightly longer battle. This is where you have to build up the power a bit more. So it's not going to be as fast. Make sure you benefit from as many of these 4 matches as what you can. If there's any more yellow straight away, we'll take them. This is where it's good to cast this, because basically if we leave yellow behind, then the enemy doesn't really benefit from them. We've had the Valraven come in, so you do have to be obviously wary of that. So what we'll do, we'll target that. Don't want that running off. Feels okay now. Oh, lots of yellow there now. Lots of yellow. Still a good chance of a 4 match. Still looking good, but didn't get charged, so we'll cast this. Target that Valraven. They're gone. Those sigils are in the bag. And we'll just finish off the last enemy. So yeah, really, really basic team list. Just 3 finesses and the weapon from the event, and absolutely flying through these stages. I thought I might have to change to Elemental this class later on, but I've been absolutely fine with it. That is something you can do though if you're a lower level and start struggling or getting really long battles, or just feel vulnerable to those skull hits that you can get on the higher stages if you don't have the top troop entangled. So we have a luck scroll in the last room. Let's go to this. Ooh! No yellow opponents again. If there's no yellow opponents, it definitely makes it a little bit more tricky. And if you start off with no 4 matches, it also makes it a bit more tricky. So we'll grab some yellow right off the bat. And let's get this little loop thing going. See if we get lucky with this. Not too shabby. Wow. That stopped us in our tracks pretty quick. Let's transformed all that and it looks like there's no 4 match anywhere. How is that even a thing? There's got to be a 4 match somewhere. I'm probably not seeing it. There's people shouting at their screen saying, "It's over there!" Not seeing anything initially though, so no big deal. We'll just cast that to get the extra 6 mana to our troops. This will get us going in no time. Alright, so let's get this top weapon going. And no loop again. What the fidgety fudge. Obviously I'm not looking around massively for 4 matches and things like that. You can take your time with it a lot more than what I am. Yay. For the loop. It's a bit better. All these 4 matches. I'm just making everything better. It's just not just the attack, it's also the fact that it makes the top troop more survivable because it gets a lot more armor and stuff like that. And life. Right, the last room. Here we go. Ultimate Doom of Light. And it's yellow. And it's an all yellow team. This is going to be an absolute walk in the park. It really is. Alright, so we'll grab that while messing up that skull hit for them. Any more yellow going on? Yes. Right, now when we cast this, I'm going to cast it somewhere else. Don't want to be silenced by that thing by doing skull damage. Now this should loop like crazy. We've got 16 yellow coming as well as a yellow storm. This should be a case of just doing this again and again and again. Don't really want to hit him with skull damage though, so I'm trying to avoid that. We'll do now 153 damage to an enemy. Let's take 1 or 2 of these normally because there's stacks of yellow on the board. It's a nice way of boosting up your power without sort of using the turn. Now on 202 luck. We'll grab that. And a bit of that. So not speedy, super, mega fantastic, but like, still good. And no mythic required. Oh, let's just finish them off with one of them then. That was over 500 damage. No mythics, just 3 finesses and a doomed weapon. So really, really cool. Nice fun team to use for this Tower of Doom event. There it is, there's the video. If you enjoyed it, be really cool if you bash that like and subscribe button. It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now. Orb of Growth. Thank you.